Hey guys, it's your girl T, and I've been getting so many messages with people wanting me to do an update on the whole Qawmane Wilson situation. So if you guys remember, I did the initial video about Qawmane back on Christmas Eve. That's when it first came out that he had killed his mother, Yolanda Holmes. He basically orchestrated the killing of her with two of his friends. So since then, the story has gone viral. It's caused a lot of chaos on the internet. His Facebook page has just been off the chain. So a lot of folks wanted me to do an update. So I'm going to kind of just break some things down for you guys in this video. So on the Facebook page, what initially happened was on the 26th of December, a girl came on there basically talking to Qawmane and saying, you know, what is she supposed to tell their daughter about what he did? So when she posted that, other girls came on there like, what you mean his daughter? I'm his baby's mom. I got his son. And it was just a mess. All these girls had kids by Qawmane and didn't know it. As much as this man was on the internet flossing since 2010, as much as he was taking pictures of him in fancy outfits and showing off money, he never once had a picture of any of his kids. Everyone thought he was just a single young man. No one knew he had kids. Nobody knew anything. So this situation is just crazy. So then what ended up happening is that a lot of the baby's mothers started getting all types of requests. They started getting all types of messages. People was cussing them out. People were calling them gold diggers. So they took back to the page to try and defend themselves. And I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of little screen captures and screenshots as this video goes on. But they're basically coming out and trying to go off on people, tell folks to leave them alone. But what these young girls don't understand is that no one knew who you guys were. You guys came onto his page trying to be an attention whore. First of all, why would you ask him a question as if he can reply back when this man has been sitting in jail literally since December 12th? Certain things just need to be kept behind closed doors. If Qawmane was my baby's father, y'all would never know it. I would keep on making videos. Y'all would have to dig up that information. I wouldn't even mention it in my videos, let alone going onto Facebook and then adding his name, knowing that the world is going to see this. I just find it sad that people are so thirsty for validation and attention. It's just insane. And what's even more sad is that all these women didn't even know about each other. So from what I'm hearing, the total is 9 kids by 7 different women. So this whole situation is just a mess. So not only is this man about to be in jail for the next, 20 years to life, now these women are left to be single parents and raise these kids. And he literally has all these seeds out there. Half these girls have never even met the mother. Half these girls didn't even know that their own child had siblings. They never met Yolanda Holmes. They never met the extended family. So that says a lot about this culture. It says a lot about this generation. Like I always say, as young women, we have to be mindful of who we have our kids by, because that will be your kids' mother or father for the rest of your life. You cannot use the prerequisite as, oh, he's cute, or oh, he can dance, or he has money. That does not mean that he's going to be a good father to your kids. You can't use the prerequisite of she has a pretty face and a fat ass. That doesn't mean that she's going to be a good mother to your child. We have to stop being so superficial. We have to start getting deeper and getting to really know people, as opposed to just getting pregnant by somebody just because they have money. This is no different than groupies who turn around and get pregnant by athletes and rappers because they're thinking that they're going to somehow get a chance to be invited into this world and, be taken care of. And I think that's what a lot of these young girls, thought as well. And I'm not saying that that's the case with all of them, because I know some of them have been with him a lot longer and before he started doing Nick stories. But it seems like a lot of the more recent baby's mothers, they only got pregnant with him because they thought he was going to blow up. He was flossing cash and everything else. I mean, this boy was just raw dogging everybody. The shit is crazy. And what I find even more crazy is the fact that, I don't care what nobody says, you cannot tell me that this man was not at least bisexual. Everything about him is fruity. Everything about him is effeminate as hell. These pictures, he has more twerking and hip rolling videos than the twerk team combined. I've never seen a man so obsessed with rolling his hips. I mean, it's like everything about him was just so overtly sexual, almost as a facade to really cover up his DL lifestyle, or the fact that he was, bisexual or effeminate. It's like he has pictures with girls who are naked. He has pictures on his page. He's grinding on girls who are half dressed. The whole situation is just sad. It's just really, really tacky and sad. So on top of all that crazy drama with the baby's mothers, there's also a girl on there who claims to be his best friend, and she's upset about the whole situation, and she's on his page talking about free Qawmane, and she doesn't care that he killed his mom. This girl, to me, has a lot of issues. A lot of folks have been cussing her out and going off on her. And again, like I said, it seems like nothing is sacred anymore. Even if you are this young man's friend, even if you do secretly support him, that's something that should be kept between you and that young man. She's on Facebook bragging about how she got on his visitors list and how she doesn't care what he did to his mother and who are we to judge him. And the fact that 5 people thumbs up her comment, it says a lot. You know, and I'm not going to go in on the girl. You know, she's young. I just feel like a lot of these kids, they don't have any filter, and they just share so much with the internet. They don't even realize what they're sharing just really looks bad all the way around. At the end of the day, regardless if that's your friend or not, what he did was wrong. And for him to kill his mother and for you to act like that, and for you to act like it's okay, like it's no big deal, that's wrong, because one day, you know, God willing, you may be a mother. And you wouldn't want somebody co-signing your child doing something like that to you, you know? So I just think that we have to just do better. Like, this is just ridiculous that people are out here talking about free Qaw'mane, and some folks are literally putting him on this pedestal as if he's a real-life celebrity. Nothing he did was cool. Everything about this situation is not only sick, but it's sad as hell. Now what's going on with these accomplices, from what I found out, the female, her name is Lorena Johnson, and Lorena Johnson went to prom with Qaw'mane back in high school. So she's known Miss Holmes. She's known Qaw'mane for a long time. Why she allowed this man to talk her into being the getaway driver is beyond me. I went onto her Facebook page. She's a pretty girl. She was an aspiring model. She's a mother. You know, this is just crazy to me that as a mother, you didn't have a problem with this. You know, that you thought that him getting that money and paying you off would be better than this woman living her life. You know, this is just sad. And I think what's even more disturbing is the fact that after they killed Yolanda, they were just posting stuff on Facebook. It was just business as normal. She was posting all types of pictures literally weeks after she helped to kill another mother. And she herself is a mother. I mean, this is just really, really sad. And then to the killer, Eugene Spencer, the one who actually took her life, when I tell y'all karma is real, and I've seen karma hit people in the flesh, and this situation is no different. What happened is that Yolanda was killed back in September of 2012. Do you guys realize that a year later, this young man's mother, almost 2 weeks to the day that he killed Yolanda, his own mother died? Now, I don't know if she was killed. I don't know if she just passed away from an illness. I don't know, you know, how she died. But the sister was on Facebook basically going off like, now that's why our mom died. It's because you killed Qaw'mane's mom. I mean, this is just tragic. And his sister looks to be about 18 years old. She's a mother. His other sister's asking for donations. They're saying that Qaw'mane is refusing to help him with his lawyer fees. I mean, this is crazy. Who's going to donate to this cause? He took somebody's life. You know, this is just a big mess, and there's so many people affected. And I believe that after this boy's mother died, his younger siblings looked up to him as a father figure and as a role model. He was basically the one who was left to take care of all these brothers and sisters, and somehow he got caught up into Qaw'mane talking him to doing this murder. And then once Qaw'mane was caught and he decided to admit what he did, he had no problem snitching on this man and snitching on the woman that he talked into killing his own mom. I mean, it's crazy to me. It's just really, really sad. So last but not least, I think the most disturbing part of this story that a lot of folks are not aware about is that Qaw'mane somehow got embedded into the whole Hadiya Pendleton situation. So if you guys remember, Hadiya Pendleton, she died last year. It was just 3 weeks after the whole Obama inauguration that happened in 2012. She was one of the first victims in Chicago to pass away. So what happened is that she was at a bus stop with a bunch of her friends. They were getting ready to, you know, go somewhere, and a rival gang came up and they shot her. And out of everybody there, she was the only one who got shot, the only one who died. And a lot of folks had a lot of conspiracies concerning the whole Hadiya situation, because after she got shot, it made national news. The Obamas were involved. Michelle Obama was at her funeral. President Obama was talking about her, and he even used her death as a way to push the whole gun reform. And this whole situation is crazy. And a lot of folks were saying that her death was a setup and Obama is using her death as a ploy. It was all types of conspiracies going on with Hadiya. But what's even more disturbing about this situation is that Qaw'mane was there at her funeral. During her funeral, they had held an anti-violence rally. And somehow, out of all the people there, because they pan out, you can see all these people, somehow Qaw'mane was chosen to speak about the death of his mother and how the gun violence in Chicago has affected him tremendously. Now, the initial clip that was posted on the internet, I had seen the initial clip, but I want to find the whole news story, because I want to see, was there more to this story? So I ended up finding the news story. It took me about 2 hours, but I finally was able to find it. Now, what I want you guys to do is to watch this closely. The first man that talks about Hadiya Pendleton, he doesn't know her. He sounds remorseful. He sounds very remorseful. He sounds like there's a lot of sorrow in his voice. You can tell he has a heavy heart, and he doesn't even know this girl, but he's taking it really hard. The second woman that they interview about Hadiya, she knows Hadiya. She was a kindergarten teacher to her brother, and you can tell that she's taking it hard. You can look into her eyes and tell that she's really, really hurt, and she's really, really shook up by this. Then they interview Qaw'mane. Qaw'mane starts talking, and it's literally, it just sent like a chill up my spine. He's so cold, his eyes are so dark, and he's talking about his mother, but it's just like there's no emotion there, there's no feeling. You mean to tell me that a man can talk about a little girl that he doesn't know and show more emotion than a man talking about the mother who birthed them? I mean, this whole thing is just insane. If this is not something that's psychopathic, I don't know what is. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys this news clip real quick. I want you guys to check it out, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Over the killing of Hadiya Pendleton was evident as hundreds gathered outside the Greater Harvest Baptist Church. WGN's Randy Bellosomo has that story.
The crowd began to form hours before services were scheduled to start.
I didn't know her personally, but just the outpouring of people here shows that she had a lot of love, a lot of support from people.
A solemn air settled upon South State as the casket of 15-year-old Hadiya Pendleton arrived. Hers wasn't a life that was to turn out this way. She was a cut above the street violence that has plagued our city.
She was just very sweet. Her brother needed her sometimes because I was a kindergarten teacher, and she would just come down and console him and make sure he was okay in the classroom and work with him and help me out. And I just can't say enough about her.
Qawmane Wilson lost his mother to gun violence on November 14th.
My mother, she was a neighborhood woman. A guy entered her home, and murdered her, just to steal.
Many parents here say this time it feels like it was one of their own.
I just draw them a little bit closer. I can't really shelter them because they do have to grow up in this world. I just keep an eye out on them.
They say the city cannot afford losing any more hope, symbolic in nature or real. In a city that tracks murders by month and by number, Hadiya Pendleton is far more than that.
Our presence as a people, white, black, poor, rich, we all need to be out here to show that we're not going to stand for this killing. It's just unnecessary, and I hate it.
Randy Bellosomo, WGN News.
Okay, so you guys just watched the news clip, and like I said, I'm not, I'm only a slight conspiracy theorist. I don't know all the esoterical meanings of things, but something about this whole situation just does not sit well with me. I just feel like there's more to the story. I don't believe in coincidences, and I just find it crazy that this man, out of everybody who could have been chosen, was chosen to speak at an anti-violence rally for Hadiya Pendleton. I mean, the shit just boggles the mind. I mean, to me, it's crazy how this man has so many different personalities. I mean, it's just hard to even wrap my mind around the craziness of this story. It seems like every day it's a new twist, it's a new turn. So anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys that update because a lot of you guys have been wanting to know my opinion on it. Go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation. What do you guys think about him being there at the Hadiya Pendleton anti-violence rally? And then what do you think about all these women coming out basically saying that they have kids with this man? So let me know your thoughts on the entire situation. All right, deuces.